Do you want a creeper farm that works not only in survival but works perfectly in a Minecraft Skyblock? I'm going to give you a tutorial right now that's really easy to build and gives you loads of creepers. Don't you go anywhere. Hello everyone and welcome to another episode from me, Avamance, in my Minecraft farm tutorial series. Today I'm going to be making a mob farm for you that works absolutely perfectly in Skyblock. However, this mob farm can be made into a specifically creeper farm, which is really important in loads of Skyblocks, especially my own Skyblock, the Isles. The Isles is a completely unique Skyblock experience where you can play with an amazing community completely for free. What I'm about to show you in this tutorial works perfectly for this particular Skyblock, and you can definitely use it to potentially win some of the cash prizes that are available in this series. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to make the creeper farm version, and then I'm going to tell you how you can have made it into a standard all mob farm version. Let's crack on with it. Now this farm might look complicated, but actually it's really quite simple to make, and if you wanted to adapt it to be a full mob farm, you could actually make that happen as well. I will show you how to do that throughout the tutorial. This is going to give you about 1,200 drops per hour, and that could be exclusively from creepers. So the blocks you need are in this chest. You are going to need 103 glass blocks, 507 trapdoors, 967 blocks, I'm using these stone bricks, 217 slabs, 4 chests, 2 hoppers, 1 carpet, 60 wooden slabs, 9 dispensers, 8 observers, 26 repeaters, 3 redstone dust, 1 redstone comparator, 9 levers, but you do get 8 of them back, about a stack of torches, but you get all of them back, 8 buckets of water, and also a load of spare blocks. I'd say a stack of temporary blocks. The first thing I'm going to do is make myself an inventory system. So 1 hopper into the back of a double chest. I'm going to get another double chest. I'm going to place it there and there using shift click, and I'm going to put a hopper into the back of that. So you can see I've got 2 double chests ready and waiting to collect all of the drops. On many Skyblocks, you have got a limit to the number of hoppers that you can use. Hoppers can add lag to a Skyblock server, so it's a really good idea to keep them to an absolute minimum. Sometimes also, hoppers give minus points to your island, and if you're going for a points prize or trying to get your island worth as high as possible, then hoppers are actually going to take away from it. However, creepers can often drop mental amounts of stuff, so you might need more than 2. It's entirely up to you. In the Isles Skyblock, which is completely free to play, link in the description below, creepers drop all of the value blocks that really add loads of value to your island, so you might want to think about 3 or even 4 of these double chests if you're even going for a really short AFK session. Once you've decided how many chests you're going to put into your inventory system, shift click a block onto the side of that chest right there, and then bring it in a horseshoe all the way around that hopper. So that's going to take 7 blocks. Then come up on top and you're going to place a temporary block on the corner there, and then another one of whatever block it is you're going to use for these horseshoes. I'm using glass simply so as I can see inside. I'm a little bit morbid like that when I see all the things die. And then create a donut. You can see that is a 3x3 square with a hole in the middle. You can then collect back your temporary block. This is where you have a choice. If you would like this to be a farm not only just for the drops but also for the XP, you are going to need a piece of carpet. Shift click your carpet on top of the hopper. That is going to stop the XP orbs from getting stuck inside that hopper and not reaching you when you are bashing the creepers that are falling down. What you do have to remember though is that if you don't kill these mobs as a result of the drop, that could potentially slow down the mobs that are spawning in your farm, so you will get fewer spawn and therefore it will become slightly less efficient. However, if you do want that XP, I've got to be honest, there's better ways to get an XP, but if you do want that XP, absolutely, you go for your life and do it this way. If you're going to kill the mobs yourself, you want to get the top donut that you're building 22 blocks above that green carpet. If you are going to let gravity kill these mobs for you, then just go 2 blocks further up, 24 blocks above that green carpet, and you will find they all die the second they hit the ground. That's the perfect AFK mechanism. However, variation number 1 right here, if this is not a creeper farm and it is a mob farm, you need to go higher. You need to go up 36 blocks, otherwise you're going to find yourself with a tube full of witches, because they're not going to die if you only drop them 24. Make sure you go up 36. I'm on a 3x3 glass donut, 24 blocks above that hopper all the way down there. That is enough to be a fatal drop for any creeper. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to go out in all 4 directions a further 13 blocks. So let's crack on with that. So pick any direction and come out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and then jump up 1 and knock another one out there. This one is temporary, you can take it back. You can see, so including the glass and the one that's slightly higher, this is a 15 long arm, and I'm going to put 3 more arms on all the other sides. All 4 of these arms are done, and we're going to connect them up into a diamond shape. Really simply, we're going to come out one side, and then I'm just going to place blocks going on the diagonal all the way across over this abyss. Don't fall unless you've got fly, because it might hurt, although on Skyblock there generally isn't any fall damage until we get to the other side. Now, nearly there, and it should end up with a pattern that looks a little bit like that. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16 from that point all the way over to the other point. We're then going to fill out all the rest of it, and we're also going to fill out the floor. And we're going to do that simply by placing blocks all the way inside here to make sure that it is completely watertight, because this is going to become a water tray. And once you've done that, it should look exactly like this. However, the work is not yet over. You need to make this wall another 1 high, and then when you've done that, you need to come out 6 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on each and every one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you've kind of got a 2-layer inside. Let's crack on with that. Now the catching tray is almost complete. Well, we've got a little bit extra to do. Some of it decorative and some of it very purposeful. On the outer edge of these, I'm going to place a spruce slab. This is decorative. You do not have to do this. However, you definitely do need to put a slab of some sort on here. Don't put it on that middle one there, because otherwise these are going to be spawnable, and you don't want anything spawning on these edges because it will take away from the number of mobs that will spawn inside your farm. Once those edges are in, on all of the other rim blocks you want to place a full block and then a slab on top, a full block and then a slab on top, and do that all of the way around. And that is all of the blocks in your tray done. We now need to lay down some water. And it's very important where the water goes. We need to put it on the block just below this top slab, so right there. And we're going to do that all the way around so the water flows downwards before it flows across. If you don't put it on this block, what happens is all the water joins up and you end up with one massive great big water source, and that is not something we're after. And it should look exactly like that. We're now going to work on the spawning platforms. Come to one of the blocks next to the hole and go 1, 2, 3 and 4, and then place one of your platform blocks, whatever it is you're using. I'm using stone brick, and pop it on there, and then place a dispenser so as the hole is facing upwards. Then place 2 temporary blocks, an observer facing downwards. You can see the redstone bum is facing downwards and the redstone face is facing upwards, and then on top of that you want to place another dispenser like that. Next to the dispenser, place another platform block, and repeat this process until you've got, I would recommend, at least 6 and maybe as many as 8 of these platforms. So I have got 8 spawning platforms right there, and I'm going to put in my roof now simply because it's easier. I'm going to get myself exactly the same. I'm going to go up 2, I'm going to place my roof platform right there. I'm going to put an observer facing that way, and again exactly like that. You can see it's an exact repeat of what we had before. And then what we're going to do, ideally from the top, because you might find it easier, is you're going to come out from this middle observer just over the top of it, so as you're onto the dispenser, and you're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7, and you're going to do this in every direction. 1, 2, 3 and 7. So you should find that you've got a cross there that is, including the center one, is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8 all the way along. Once you've got this cross at the top, build it out so as it becomes a diamond, a smaller diamond than you had for your tray. It should only have that many on the side, very, very few. So once you've got that, I'll be back. Once you've got this platform done, just lob a few torches on there just to stop anything from spawning on the top, and then come underneath. You are going to need some spruce trapdoors if you are turning this into just a creeper farm, and I do recommend that you do it in just a creeper farm if you're doing this in Skyblock, and place a trapdoor on the underside of all of these blocks. Remove those temporary blocks because they are temporary, and you're going to make the entire ceiling look exactly like this. So the underside of your platform should look exactly like that. Now what that's going to do is going to reduce the height of the space between the platform underneath it and the ceiling to less than 2 blocks. Now creepers are less than 2 blocks tall, and as a result they'll still be able to spawn on those platforms. However, zombies, skeletons, witches, endermen, all of them, they won't be able to spawn, so only creepers will spawn. I will warn you, if you're not on my skyblock, the Isles skyblock, you may find that you also get spiders spawning, because spiders will also spawn on these platforms. They only require a height of 1. However, on the Isles, spider spawning is disabled, so you won't have that problem. By the way, so's bat spawning as well, so you've not got any of that annoying tweeting. Now come to the dispenser underneath the ceiling, not the dispenser in the ceiling, but the dispenser underneath the ceiling. Right click on it and place yourself a water bucket right inside there. Don't do anything else on that whatsoever, because now we are going to build ourselves out another platform exactly the same shape and size as this one. And there's the second platform set, and remember to put some torches down just to make sure you don't get anything spawn. Do that on every single platform. We have got 8 identical spawning platforms, each one of them lit up because we don't want anything spawning at the moment. We've also got a dispenser, and that has got an observer looking straight at it, knowing that it can do a redstone fart downwards and trigger the observer below. Each of those observers with a bucket of water ready to spurt out and wash off anything that's on the platform. However, we want these platforms to dispense alternately. If they dispense their water all at the same time, that means there's a period of time where nothing can spawn. But we want something spawning all the time to make it the most effective farm it can be. The platform above will dispense water, the platform above that will dispense nothing, the platform above that will dispense water. So we'll have water, nothing, water, nothing, water, nothing, all the way up the tower, and it will switch. You'll see what I mean in a moment. So starting from the bottom, and it's really important that we start at the bottom, we want to be putting a lever on the block next to that dispenser, and then we want to throw it. That is going to flush out not only the lever but all the torches on that, and we know that that is now not a spawnable platform. We miss one and then we come up to the next one, we do exactly the same, we throw that lever, that splashes that out, that's perfect, and then we miss one, and then the next one we place a lever, and the next one we place a lever, and the next one we leave completely blank. So we have got water on alternate platforms. 1, miss 1, 2, miss 1, 3, miss 1, 4, miss 1. Nothing can still spawn down on those platforms because any of the platforms without water have still got torches. Any platforms with water can't spawn anyway. We now need to get the redstone sorted. And it's really, really simple redstone, so don't panic. Once you're on the roof of your farm, come next to the dispenser and go all the way to the edge. Place a slab there, remove that block and replace it with a slab. There's going to be a redstone on there, and if redstone dust is on top of that block, it's going to make that thing flap up and down, and that will just be annoying. And then along the other end, exactly the same, place one there, and place a slab like that. And then get a redstone repeater and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. 2 redstone dust, and then turn around. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Miss 1. 8, 9. Get rid of that. 10, 11, 12, and 13. And then complete the circuit by placing them all the way along here. We are going to put one on there in a moment, but not just yet. And then right click on all of them 3 times to put them on 4 ticks. We want a nice long delay. Once they're all on 4 ticks and you've made sure that you've got the redstone dust at the end there, place another slab just to the side of that and pop on a lever. You then want, coming out of the lever, a redstone comparator. Right click on it so you put it into subtract mode. You can see that little light at the end comes on, and then place redstone dust exactly there. That is almost all of the redstone done. However, we've got just a little bit more to do before we place our last repeater right on that there. We now need to extend this roof out by another 7 blocks to make sure that all of these platforms are completely shaded and we get the maximum amount of spawnability. all I'm going to do is I'm going to come out from the very end here and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7 with slabs, top slabs these are, you can see, and I'm going to do that all the way around. One big platform later and we are good to go. All I need to do is replace this last repeater right into that hole that we left open. Shift click that one in. 4 ticks, that is perfect. And we are going to bash out this lever right here. That's going to turn on. The redstone is going to slowly pan around there like that. And when it comes back, we're going to see some splashing. And we can already see some things starting to wash over the edge. Just as one final piece, pop on some glass on this bottom row, and then on this bit right here, you want to get yourself a trapdoor, and that trapdoor can then place on the top of that and flap down and keep things inside and stop them from falling out. But anytime you want to get any XP, you can just open the trapdoor and out will come for you. What's really useful is that on my skyblock, the Isles, the creepers will drop XP for you even though you haven't been the one to kill them, which is amazing. So that's just a little extra bonus for you. So I am going to run a test for just 30 minutes to see how much stuff we get in this chest after 30 minutes of creeper drops. That has been half an hour, and right at the start I reset my XP to 0. That has given me 37 levels of XP in half an hour's worth of AFK, which isn't too bad. Now we've got to go and see what inventory we've managed to get in that time. So in our chest we have got actually quite a number of value blocks that my skyblock Isle does actually drop. We've got 3.5 stacks of gunpowder plus another load of stuff as well, like flowers and heads, because these again special things that the skyblock drops. Let me just sort these out so as we can see it more clearly. And here we are just a little bit more sorted out, which means that we have got just under 600 blocks in half an hour, and that's 1,200 blocks per hour drop rate. Now if you can imagine, if you were in a normal world and you wouldn't have all these extra fancy blocks, that would be about 1,200 drops of gunpowder, but because we've got it all split up, we've got different ones and you can get those on my skyblock. One relatively simple creeper farm that I really recommend you perhaps get 3 or even 4 double chests if you're going to start to do some serious AFKing with this fella. If you're coming onto my skyblock, you are absolutely welcome to build this. It works really well for you and you'll get loads and loads of value blocks as a result of it. You don't have to work too hard. If you have enjoyed this video, please do remember to slap that like button. It'd be great to know you're enjoying them and I will keep on making them. Also, if you're not done already, please do hit that subscribe button. It'd be great to see you in my sub club and I look forward to seeing you in another video. You take it easy now. Bye.